In this video, I'm gonna tell you where to shop for clothes, shoes, electronics, groceries, souvenirs. Let's start with shopping for clothes. We are gonna talk about what brands you will find in Prague, where you can get discounted clothes, where you can find outlets. But let's first start with where do you actually go when you wanna shop for clothes. When it comes to luxurious brands, there's pretty much only one place where you can go to. Paris Street, the most expensive shopping street in Prague. Bulgari, Celine, Prada, you get the gist. We are basically hobos. Nobody will let us in. They have like security guards and dress code before you enter, so no chance. The main shopping area of Prague stretches from the top of the Wenceslas Square to Národní Street and na Příkopě Street. This is where you will find most of the individual stores you need, like a big shopping mall, and you want to stay in the city center. You can go to Palladium shopping mall, where they have a lot of the mass market brands.
Happy?
If you're a savvy shopper and you're looking for this classic shopping experience where you go to one mall and you stay there the whole day, the only place which I can truly recommend is Chodov Shopping Mall. It is located 20 minutes from where we are now by metro. It is very easy to get to. They have the entrance right from the metro station, and there are a lot of brands that you can find there. In Prague, we mainly have the European mass market brands, pretty much anything that Inditex makes. So these ones, LPP, so Polish brands, and also famous British brands such as Marks & Spencer, Primark, stuff like that. When it comes to outlets, we have a couple of those as well. The most famous one is Fashion Arena. There's also a new one next to the airport. If you don't mind spending like 40 minutes getting to that place, that's up to you, that's fine, but I don't think it's worth it. You can simply stay in the city center and go to the back of the store that you're interested in. This is where they have the discounted section, so you can find some good deals there. One Czech brand that you might have at home is Baťa. Baťa is a Czech shoe and accessory brand that was founded in 1894. You don't have to be on a shoestring budget to purchase a new pair there.
Okay. Are you buying it?
See if I will do a pistols one.
Yeah. What is that?
And I cannot get up anymore. Can you help me? So we now looked at shoes of my size. Let's see what they have for Václav. They have a lot of stuff. For example, these stompers, huh? Nice. This classy. It looks like you just go to weddings or to a garage if you're a size 46. Czechs normally get a lot of flack for their fashion sense. Maybe you're familiar with this meme about wearing socks and slippers, which 10 years ago was like the biggest fashion faux pas, and now everybody does it. If I were to describe Czech fashion, I would do it in 3 words: comfortable, oversized, and eco-friendly. Another way of describing it would be if Pippi the Longstockings grew up, became art teacher, and got really into hiking. This is what she would wear. This is Czech fashion for you. Before we dive into Czech brands, I would just like to point out that most of them are more expensive than the mass market brands. And if you are short like me, some of the clothes might be too big on you, because Czech people are quite tall on the average. One thing I found which will help you to navigate among Czech brands is Czech Design Map. This is the website where they literally mapped up all the local brands for you. This is not an advertisement, I know it sounds like one. We used it for this video to discover some of the Czech brands that we haven't heard of before. A lot of them are in the city center and in Holešovice. Seems like all the roads lead us to Holešovice. It is a different day already, and we decided to make our way to Holešovice, Prague 7 to continue on our shopping spree. Let's see if it was successful. It's a raccoon. Raccoon in Czech is Mýval, because he always pushes everything. Let's talk about thrift shopping in Prague, because that's kind of trendy right now. But I will start with bad news. There are no Goodwills in the Czech Republic. Here it's more about individual thrift stores and charity shops, which are again scattered all over the city. I would recommend going to Holešovice. It's just kind of more concentrated when it comes to thrift stores there. Do you think somebody has
American Horror Story. Was that one
For
of
sure. It unzips.
Unzip it.
But there are a couple of secondhand stores in the city center, and I can show one of them to you now. Just in case you arrive to Prague and you find out you need an adapter, or your phone charger is broken, or you need headphones, here's the store where you can go, DATART. There are a couple of them around Prague. One is conveniently located 5 minutes away from Wenceslas Square. You can also find a fan there. Yep, this old school invention. This is what we use during heat waves in Prague because we have no air conditioning. Another store you can utilize for electronics is called Alzem. They have different branches all over Prague, and also storage boxes, which is very handy. You can simply pre-order electronics you need a couple days before you arrive to Prague to the closest storage box to your accommodation. Moving on to groceries. For some reason, tourists have hard time finding grocery stores in the city center, and that's because there are not so many of those. You can find smaller grocery stores which are called Žabka. These normally have a very small selection of things, but you can always get a breakfast, some pastry, cheese, milk, eggs, and basic kind of necessities there. They tend to be a little more expensive, but they're still better than some of the corner stores which normally don't have any name, or they're just called potraviny. There are also bigger grocery stores in Prague. I will give you a couple of names so you can Google those. Maybe one of those will be next to where you are. Billa, Albert, Kaufland, Lidl, Tesco, Penny Market, and for toiletries and cleaning supplies you can also check out DM, Teta, and Rossmann. We have introduced the Czech brand of natural cosmetics Botanicus in our souvenir video, but for decorative cosmetics you can check out Dermacol. It's a brand that was created by the Institute of Medical Cosmetics and the Baranda Film Studio, who worked together to create full coverage makeup for film and stage. But now the brand is focused on mass market products and is really affordable. Regarding souvenirs, we've done a whole video about the individual stores that we like, but the most popular place for traditional Prague merch is Havel's Market, which is just a couple minutes away from the Old Town Square. And before we wrap it up, a couple of tips for your smooth shopping experience in Prague. Tip number 1. Most stores will accept cards, however, there's still some old school establishments where you can only pay by cash, so please remember to have some cash with you. Tip number 2. When you're paying by card in a store, sometimes they will ask you in which currency would you like to pay, your currency or the local currency. From our experience, it is always better to pay in a local currency because when you're paying in your own, you will actually lose some money on conversions. And lastly, for those of you who are eligible for tax-free, the tax-free rate here is up to 21%. It's mostly from 10 to 16%. However, tax-free will apply to you if you spend more than 2,000 crowns in one store. You will receive a tax-free form, and some shopping malls such as Palladium even help you with that. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful and now you're gonna be more prepared for spending your hard-earned cash in Prague. Alright, see you in our next one. Bye!